How's it going, everyone? This is Tom with redmondpie.com. I have iOS 8 in front of me. The developer preview by Apple has just been released at WWDC 2014. So as I said, I have it installed on my iPod Touch in front of me. I'm going to run through the changes, kind of what's new on the platform, because it was a really exciting release for OS X, Yosemite or something similar, and also for iOS 8. There's a lot of new changes, so let's go ahead and get started. First of all, we have quick reply for messages. So I'm just going to send myself a message here. You will, of course, see a few different changes on screen. I'm going to quit out of the messages application, wait until I get a push notification here, which should be just in a second, and then you just swipe down on this notification and you actually get quick reply functionality. I'm able to reply directly to the message without leaving the application that I'm in. Extremely useful, very cool. Next are actionable notifications. So if we just go ahead and swipe down here, you can see that there's two tabs, Today and Notifications. If I switched over to Notifications, you'll be able to see that I have the Messages notification which I just sent myself. So if I just go ahead on that and I swipe across, you can see that I can reply and mark as read. If I, for example, just tap reply ever so quickly, that will actually take me to the quick reply. You of course have specific notification kind of actions dependent on the app that's doing it. So for messages, it may be a text. For something else, it may be entirely different. Next, let's head into the Messages application because it actually involves the keyboard. As you can see, there are kind of three new panels on top here. So if I wanted to maybe type out hello, you could see that I will actually get that as a quick response. This is the new quick type feature within iOS 8, and it actually learns to who you're texting and learns from your kind of vocabulary, what you're texting, things like that. It's a very cool feature. It will definitely speed up the typing process a lot. So you could just type in hello my name and then it will predict hello my name. Very cool. We have another option to do with the keyboard as well, and these are actually third-party keyboard integrations. Android has had this for a long time, so it's very welcome on iOS. In the past, we've been stuck with this kind of boring, plain old keyboard, and we actually can replace this now as an option. Of course, there are no third-party keyboards available in the App Store, otherwise I would be demonstrating it to you. But things like SwiftKey and Flexi have already been confirmed to be coming to iOS, so this is huge news for iOS. Be able to come up with loads of fantastic new third-party keyboards that you can use directly on your device and get rid of the standard stock Apple one. Next, another feature within the Messages application, if I go ahead and delete all of this content in here, and then if I wanted to record an audio message, you can see that the icon to the right of the input text field has actually changed to a microphone. If I go ahead and hold that down, you can see that I'm recording an audio message just here, which is very cool. And then if I release that and swipe up to the top, it will actually send, and then you can play it, of course, back just like that. Let's go ahead and pause that. The same thing with a text now. I can actually record a video, or I can record or take a picture, and then that will send directly to the iMessage conversation just like that. Next is an extremely important feature. If I just head into my Photos application and then go ahead and search, or excuse me, share this screenshot that I've previously taken on my iPod, you can see that I get a set amount of sharing functionalities here. This is an app integration. Now, with iOS 8 comes system-wide app integrations. Developers are now allowed to access other applications, information, data from other applications, and Apple is allowing that functionality. It's extremely positive news for iOS. Basically means you'll be able to open all kinds of different links in their native applications instead of heading off to Google Chrome or Safari for everything. It's not only sharing, it's anything that can be cross-integrated between applications. This is one of the biggest releases in iOS 8. Obviously, I can't show you again because we don't have any integrations out there on the App Store yet, but when they do, they will be extremely valuable to the iOS platform. The next couple of features have to do with Siri. If I just go ahead and hold down the Siri notification bar, then I'm going to play a song from my device. So let's just hold that down here. Siri, what song is this? So there you go, it can actually use Shazam now to identify songs that are playing in the background. Very, very cool. This is extremely, extremely useful. I personally don't use Shazam, but now that it's right there, and you can also go ahead and buy the song that Siri has identified directly from Siri, so very, very cool. Also with Siri here, we have, once that Siri is plugged in, you can actually just say, "Hey Siri," and Siri will actually activate just like that. And that's kind of only when the device is plugged in that will that work. It's to allow things like in-car access to Siri, hands-free access. So very, very cool. I wonder where we've seen that before. Okay, Google now. Didn't think so. If I now quit out of Siri and then go into the app switcher here, you can see that at the top of the app switcher you actually get recent or frequent contacts. Obviously if I had a load there would be about 5 or 6 contacts up here, but if I go ahead and tap that, you can directly text them, you can FaceTime them or call them directly from that kind of little bubble, the recent contacts. So again, it's just speeding up and taking advantage of the real estate in the app switcher, so that's a very, very useful functionality. iOS 8 also brings us notification center widgets now, which is a very big thing. Obviously in the past we've kind of had Twitter widgets and Facebook widgets, but that's about it. Now true third-party notification center widgets are integrated into iOS. Again, none available at the moment, but what we'll be able to do is scroll down to the edit button at the bottom. If you tap that, you actually get kind of a breakdown of the available widgets that you can have on your home screen. And for example, if I wanted to add the eBay widget when that's available, I might be able to bid directly on an item directly from my notification center, and that drastically speeds the process up. So again, a very, very cool feature. Next up we have the Touch ID API. Now this isn't a front-facing feature, this isn't a feature that you're going to be able to kind of use on your phone. However, it is a feature that iPhone 5S and probably iPhone 6 users, when that comes out, will be able to use, because Touch ID is getting full integration into third-party applications. Apple has released a Touch ID API, meaning that developers can actually hook up their applications to take advantage of Touch ID. Things like mobile payments and things of that nature are going to be extremely valuable to use kind of a Touch ID fingerprint authentication system, and that is one of the biggest releases, again, along with system-wide application integration in iOS 8. I'm extremely, extremely excited to see what happens with Touch ID in the future. There's also Timelapse Photos within iOS 8. They didn't talk about this in the keynote, but if I open up the camera application here and then I just swipe along, see we got photo, video, and then time-lapse. If I took this time-lapse, what it will do is take a photo kind of independently every few seconds, and then it will combine them into a time-lapse video. I believe it takes a longer time than this, so I don't think I'll be able to demonstrate it to its full potential, but it basically allows you to combine photos and videos to create a cool time-lapse effect. And here we go, here's the demo of the kind of very, very rubbish time-lapse that I just did. Of course, if you actually put some effort into that, kind of setting up your device on a tripod and things like that, you could definitely get a cool effect. X Yosemite actually has functionality built in so that you can answer phone calls directly from your Mac, and then they will transmit to your phone. So if I just go ahead and swipe up here, you can see that my AirDrop, if I just tap that, I have contacts only, everyone, and this will only go from device to device, or iOS device to iOS device on iOS 7. Now on iOS 8 and with X Yosemite, I am able to send files directly between my Mac and my PC, and there's a lot more integration on the Mac to PC level. Things like, as I said, messages and phone calls directly from your Mac that transmit via your phone, so you don't even need to touch your iPhone. It's very, very cool. And again, this is a huge, huge boost for iOS. Even Android doesn't have functionality like that. Let's go ahead and take a look at one of the new applications. This is called Health, or HealthKit, the actual full application is. This is a health application that will integrate with many third-party services, things like your Nike Fuel Band, that kind of thing. Developers will have access to creating and integrating their applications with HealthKit, and it'll be able to kind of just collate all of your health information. If you spend the time inputting things, you have access to your sleep analysis, your fitness, your diagnosis, your medication, things of that nature. It's a very inclusive application, and Apple are extremely interested and extremely optimistic about this, and they really think it's actually going to revolutionize and really help with medicine and diagnosis in the future. Next, let's head out onto the mail application, because this has got some extreme upgrades. We go into the inbox here, and you can see that you actually get new swipe functionality. So if I just go ahead and swipe to the left, I can archive this message. I can also do that by swiping full to the left on one of these like so, and then also you'll get some extra notifications like more, and that will bring up more options, and I could flag it if I wanted to flag that. So that is just like the mailbox application, which is extremely popular on iOS. There are also some smaller mail additions, but that's the biggest one there. That's really going to speed up the process of mail or email in general on iOS 8. Spotlight also has some new functionality. If we go ahead and swipe down, this isn't actually hooked up yet. iOS 8 doesn't seem to be displaying this properly. It'll probably be fixed in one of the upcoming beta releases, so expect a video on that covering that. So basically what we can do is we would be able to search maybe X-Men or a film of some kind, and it would bring up either the a Wikipedia page for that or the iTunes page if it was a DVD rental or something available for purchase, and it would do that straight from Spotlight. So that is of course very useful. Within the App Store now, you have family sharing functionality as well. So basically up to 6 people within a family who share a credit card can get the same purchases and same content that they buy within the App Store or within iTunes directly streamed or downloaded onto their devices and no extra cost. So that's extremely beneficial to families, you know, for family sharing and things like that. I can't tell you the amount of times that people in my family have bought things I've already bought on iTunes or the App Store. So that is a very valuable feature. There's of course a whole host of changes in iOS 8, so we're going to have a full roundup post over on redmondpie.com. If you're interested in reading that, the link will be down in the description of this video if you are interested in reading it. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to see more content just like this one, and we'll see you next time.